Right, this video is going to be very exciting, highly requested from you and actually myself. I've been meaning to do this video for ages, and we're going to talk about the magical power of scripting. Writing it down seems to have the most powerful effect on creating what it is that we want to see in our life. So I'm going to tell you what I did and how I did this, because there's two ways that I scripted things that actually have manifested into my life. And I found my book from like 2 or 3 years ago. I'm not actually sure because I never date it. I know lots of people date their scripting exercises, but I don't, because I used to get confused. Like, if I put today's date, does that mean I'm supposed to believe that it's already done, or have I missed the date? Or if I put a date in the future, what if it doesn't happen, then I lose faith in it? So I just basically don't date my scripting exercises. I know some people do because they like to put a time on when they'd like to see things by, so it's totally up to you. But for me, I felt like putting a date on it either limited me or confused me about the process. So there are two ways that I do this. Now I'm going to read you what I wrote in my book, in my scripting exercise. Most of these things have actually happened to a T, literally as it is now. Some of the things that I've written are still yet to manifest. But this is just the way that I've done it. I also want to say as well that my other method of scripting is on my phone. Okay, so lots of the time I do it in my book, but I find that whenever I do it in a book, sometimes I lose the book, sometimes I get a new notebook, or the one that I wrote things in, I just never look at it again. This one I seem to have kept, which is amazing, because it's absolutely crazy how much of this stuff has happened. But a lot of the time I lose notebooks and stuff. So I found another way of being able to keep track of my manifestations and things that I wrote down and things that have actually happened is on my phone. And what I do is I have a note on my phone, which is just my manifestation note on my phone. And I literally just write down stuff that I want to happen in little paragraphs or bullet points, little tiny sentences. And then what happens is, and what's really fun, is that I read that note so often. I love reading it. It's a really feel-good thing to read, the things that I'm creating, the things that have been created. Because now, when I look back at that note, I go through it and I just put the green tick emoji on so many of them. It's literally amazing to go back at that note that I've been keeping for literally years, and I can just see how many things I wrote down that, honest to God, seemed impossible at the time when I wrote them. You know, especially when it comes to my relationship and having a baby and things like this, that literally at some point in my life felt like so far off, never going to happen, can't see a way how to make that work, you know? So when I've written things down and now look back at it and think, God, I remember writing that, and I remember how difficult or impossible it felt at the time, and how nice it felt to write it down like it had already happened. So do it on your phone, but if you like writing things and you have a notebook that you know you're not going to lose, then you can also do it in a notebook. So I'm going to read you what I wrote down a couple of years ago. I think it must have been 2 or 3 years ago that I wrote this. And you know, now I almost wish that I had asked for more because so many of these things have happened. It's my only regret, not asking for more. So I titled it at the top there, Thank You Universe. This is backwards because my camera's flipped the other way. So the title of this is Thank You Universe, but you can write Thank You God, thank you to my higher self, thank you whatever you want to thank. You know, who are you working with here? Which part of the higher self are you working with? And what do you want to call it? So just write thank you at the top to whoever you are collaborating with in this process, okay? So I've written Thank You Universe. And the first thing I've written here, because I remember this being really important at the time, was I have an online job where I can work from anywhere. I love who I work with and I'm free to do things in my own way. And I earn more than 50k a year. Okay, so that's mad, because in my first year of my business, I earned £69,000. And that is just crazy. Okay, so it's crazy that I wrote this down. And at the time I was earning something like 26 a year working for a job doing social media for university, and I was very burnt out. There was a lot of pressure. I felt like I wasn't free to do things in my own way, and I needed to be able to do things in my own way, basically. And I also wanted an online job because I knew that I would need that freedom, and part of the reason for wanting that freedom was also wanting to create a relationship with my partner, who I'm now with. So at the time it was really important to me that I could work from anywhere. So that's happened. Tick. We can tick that one off massively. And in fact, I've much surpassed that. I have my own online business now where I do things completely in my own way. I don't have a boss. I earn more than 50k a year. I should do another video about manifesting money and stuff, because that's a whole nother subject that I know lots of you want to talk about. So the next thing I've written here, I've jumped right to, I love being a mum and I'm so grateful for our healthy, happy baby. And notice that I said baby, and the reason why I didn't put baby girl or baby boy is because I felt like having a specific baby girl or baby boy was limiting me, and I kept feeling this doubt about, well, if I'm manifesting a girl but the universe wants me to have a boy, then I'm blocking myself. So I just put baby, and I felt like that made me feel more accepting of what I was creating. And also I was specific there about happy, healthy. Okay, those things had to go in there because I wanted to feel really good about this circumstance and not stressed about it. I love being a mum, and I'm so grateful for our happy, healthy baby. We all know that I can tick that one off already, so that's crazy, because at the time I just didn't know if it was going to be possible. Had no idea if my body was capable of doing it, had a lot of doubt about that, so we can tick that one off. My relationship with Johnny is stronger and stronger all the time. We now live together in our house in the UK. I feel stable and secure. I mean, I wrote this particular thing in hundreds of ways, but this is how I've written it on this one. We live together in the UK. When I wrote this, he was travelling around, not looking to be in one place at all. And the idea of almost like feeling like I had to convince him to want to be in one place with me seemed very difficult. I felt like I would have to, he would have to be a different person in order for us to do that. Anyway, we live together now in the UK. Tick! We can tick that one. I feel stable and secure. And really, the way that I feel with him now compared to years ago is completely different. Completely different. It's like, yeah, a whole new version of him. It really is. It's crazy. So Johnny says, home is where you are. I mean, he actually literally said that to me again last night. Tick. We can tick that one. Home is not somewhere in the universe or in the world. It's where I am. That's what I wanted him to say, and he did. I have overcome anxiety and obsessive thinking. This was a big thing for me. I feel calm and relaxed and now help others. My struggle has become my superpower. Yes, we like this one. This one's a good one. And actually I'm always evolving this particular one. I'm always evolving where I'd like to feel and be. And I do look back now and think, bloody hell, I've come a long way. I have come so far in my anxiety, my OCD, my obsessive thoughts, my need for reassurance, my sense of security, my anxiety is just right down compared to what it was. So I know I can tick that one too. So this one has not manifested yet, but given the track record of everything else in this little document here that I've written, I'm pretty sure this one is going to manifest at some point. So my song has been played on Radio 1, BBC Radio 1, and I am so grateful. It has been received so well. Okay, so this is another real thing that I want to manifest. I want to hear my song being played on Radio 1. I don't care which song it is. I just want to hear a BBC Radio 1 presenter go, and now we have the next song by Karina Taylor. That would be so cool. So I would love to hear that happen. Even if, even if my song is actually being sung by someone else, just to hear a song that I've written, whether it's me singing it or someone else, being played on BBC Radio 1 would be an absolute massive big tick off my manifestation list. So this is all I'd written, actually. And then at the end I wrote, thank you, thank you, thank you, okay? And then 3 kisses and a little heart, you know, for good measure. So basically you can see, I mean, I look at that and I think, wow, I literally wrote my life. I literally wrote down what I wanted to happen. And it's crazy because it doesn't feel like that much of a big deal now. It doesn't feel like that much of a, oh my God, wow, I've achieved it. I just think, yeah, this is what my life is like. This is what's happened, you know? So that's another thing I did as well, is imagining it to be easy, imagine it to be natural, taking those things off a pedestal so that it would feel like it could come easily to me. So there you go, that's my scripting exercise idea type thing that I've done in my notebook, but I think I personally prefer the one on my phone. The reason why I prefer the one on my phone is because it's a note that I can look at anytime, anywhere. I've always got my phone with me. I can always, you know, when I've got some spare time, I can keep looking at that and reminding myself of what I'm creating, also reminding myself of what I have created. It's so fun to see all those green ticks. Such a good reward system for the brain. And it just gives me confidence when I look at that note and I think, God, so many of these things I've ticked off. It's just really fun. And, you know, I keep, and there's some things that I've written on the notes on my phone that haven't manifested, like the Radio 1 thing. I've also written on there that I'm a millionaire. I'm not a millionaire yet, but I feel like that's where I'm heading. And one day I'll be able to tick that off too. And lots of other things that I'm creating. I'd love to have 2 or more properties, one in England, one in Italy, of course, and then one somewhere else. In a different part of the world. That's something else that I'd like to manifest at some point in my life. Oh, and the other thing that I've been manifesting and continuously manifesting is that I have a positive, supportive YouTube audience that grows and grows and grows all the time. And I have a goal and a number in mind of how many subscribers that I'd like to have. And we're getting there closer and closer all the time. I'm at the beginning of my journey with YouTube really, but I'm loving it. And I'm so grateful for everybody who subscribes to my channel. So thank you, all of you who are here helping my manifestations happen. So let me know what you think about these scripting exercises. Let me know if it's excited you, inspired you, and how your scripting exercises are going, what you've seen script in your life, what's yet to unfold, what you'd like to manifest. I'd love to hear about your journey. I'd love to work with you if you need some extra support. This is just one of many manifestation, conscious creation exercises that I like to do. In other news, it's nearly Valentine's Day. It's not very far away. And what I thought I'd do is do a 2-week love embodied program where we're going to embody love. We're going to be the love that we are seeking. And it ends on Valentine's Day. And we're going to have this celebration of how we're feeling by the end of this 2-week program. And who knows what's going to manifest when we become the love that we're seeking. So if you're manifesting a specific person or a relationship, this program is for you. It's going to be daily challenges and exercises that help you embody the love that you're wanting to receive in your life so that you can be it and the world can reflect it back. It's going to be a really beautiful, fun, empowering 2 weeks. There's going to be one live call for 2 hours on Sunday the 11th. And if you can't make it, it will be recorded so you can watch it afterwards, where we're going to dive deeper into embodiment, what it actually means and how we do it, with some practical exercises as well. So if you'd like to come along to that, it's on my website now, £65. And if you do sign up, you're going to get my brand new self-love manual, which is 30 pages of a workbook of how exactly to love yourself, okay? What you can actually do. So the 7 steps that I've put in there. It's a really beautiful document that I hope you're going to love. Usually it's going to be $9.99. It's going to be on my website really soon. But if you sign up to Love Embodied, then you get it for free. Yay! So thanks for watching everyone. I hope you've enjoyed this and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.